Good morning, David Atkins, Target Individual, back again. Today I got some interesting stuff. Because I always read Robert Duncan's Project Soul Catcher, and I was always wondering how they can target the soul, or why they target the soul, and how it's possible. Because he's got a book called Project Soul Catcher. And yesterday I shared an interesting post that said this: they want your soul. They want your energy. They want you to be a victim, pissed off at the world and everyone in it. They feed off division, chaos, uncertainty, and fear. Don't give in to it. Draw your spiritual line in the sand. Stay on the side of truth and do not waver. I'm going to go in a Bible verse and I'm going to talk about that. And I'm also going to do a little clip on, it's just going to be real quick, on how they target you through your human brain, too. Anyway, it's all tying in together, but I have a good Bible verse to share with y'all, and it comes from John 17, starting at 14 and going through 16. And it says, I have given them your word, and the world has hated them, because they are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. I do not pray that you should take them out of the world, but that you should keep them from the evil one. They are not of the world, just as I am not of the world. And I'm going to go on to 19. Sanctify them by your truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, I also have sent them into the world, and for their sakes I sanctify myself. Sanctify means set apart, that they may also be set apart or sanctified by the truth. I'm not pushing the Bible on anybody. I have a lot of believers who watch this, so I try to give them a word of encouragement. If you're not into that, hey, I still got good information, true information, factual information that I'm going to share with y'all. And like I said, I'd walk a mile with y'all just as well as I'd walk a mile with somebody who believes like me. I'm very open-minded and I'm not judgmental in that area. Okay. So before I go into the soul thing, the soul is physical and metaphysical. That's how they can target the soul. The soul is physical as well as metaphysical. If you don't know what metaphysical is, please look up the word metaphysical and you'll understand. So therefore, the soul being physical, having a physical side and a metaphysical side, it can be targeted and duplicated. Does that mean you go to hell if they target your soul? No. I'm not sitting there saying, I'm not the judge. I can't say if you're going to hell or not. I'm just giving you an example. If you're a Christian, you're like, oh, they can target the soul, I'll go to hell. They won't. No. But, and I'm going to explain, because a good friend of mine, I'm not going to mention his name. He's very deep in this. He's years of experience. Unfortunately, he gets tortured, so I don't want to make his torture worse, because I know I get tortured for doing these videos as well. And I don't want to mention his name, even though he gave me permission to if I wanted to. But I'm not going to do that, because I don't want him to get tortured even more, because he's going through hell, just like me and everyone else. But anyway, this is just something I thought I'd bring up. And I know you've heard it before, but I need to keep ingraining this in your head, because it says a computer multiplexer routes the signal to a Tower satellite mobile platform. The Tower satellite mobile platform relays the signal to the digital receiver, similar to how cell phone technology works. The digital receiver is tracked and pinpointed in real time, just like a cell phone, except with the INDIVIDAL trauma-based mind control technology. The digital receiver is not a phone. It's a human brain. Only the trauma-based mind control victim absorbs the stream of electromagnetic flow frequency waves or feels its effects, because that stream is specifically tuned to the brainwave signature of the victim, which then interface with the nanotechnology in the victim's brain. This is because only the victim possesses that specific brainwave signature, and the stream is specifically tuned into. And this is how you can be sitting in a house with your parents or whoever, and you be getting hit and they not be getting hit. And I was talking with somebody last night through the comments, and they said, well, if you're targeted, you have implants and all that. Well, in a way that person is right, because everybody's got nanotechnology, everybody in the world. Everybody that's breathed in chemtrails has nanotechnology, just a lot of people's are not activated. And but it's a lot deeper than that. But what I'm saying is everybody don't have implants. They can track you. A lot of us are being tortured via cerebral cortex. And once they have control of the cerebral cortex, they have control of each part of your body. That's why they can hit your legs sometimes. They can hit your gut all day if they want. They can go up to your head and leave everything alone. They can jump around through your cerebral cortex. And I'm still studying this stuff, and because this is the real information. This has come from some people that deep knowledge, and have really done their research. But a lot of targets do have implants and are targeted via implants, yes. But it does not happen to happen. But what I just explained here, and I'm going to try to see if I can put my transcript in the description. That way you can read and take it in as well. And I was told how to do that. However, when I tried to copy and paste the stuff I'm about to read, it wouldn't let me do that. It wouldn't even let me copy it. So I'm going to figure out a way to get that done. So from now on in my descriptions, it'll be in there. It won't be today, though, because I tried earlier. However, it says, just remember, only the trauma-based mind control absorbs the stream of electromagnetic low-frequency waves or feels its effect, because that stream is specifically tuned to the brainwave signature of the victim, which then interface with the nanotechnology in the victim's brain. This is because only victims possess the specific brainwave signature that the stream is specifically tuned into. So everybody has nano in them, but that's smart dust. It's different than implants. So, and they can activate that nano on anybody at any time, and that was the purpose of the chemtrails. You can think I'm crazy or not. They spray it in the air, they spray it, they put it in food, everything. So, yeah. So now let me get to the main topic of the. Okay, because this came under one of the comments in my videos, and from a good friend of mine. He does his research. He knows what he's talking about, and it makes a lot of sense to me. Okay. It says, mankind is a triune being made up of body, soul, and spirit. In simple terminology, the human body is the five senses: sight, touch, taste, hearing, and smell. The human soul is will, intellect, and emotion. And the human spirit is conscious. The cognitive researchers responsible for training research and development in mind control technologies are targeting the human soul. Whereas the spirit of man, conscious, is metaphysical and therefore cannot be replicated and duplicated, the soul of man is both physical and metaphysical. The soul obviously has metaphysical qualities, or it could not survive heaven or hell. But it's also physical. The human soul is intrinsically tied into the neuronal circuitry of the human brain. It's your personality. It's who you are when you're alone and no one else is watching but God. That is the human soul. And again, the human soul is comprised of three things: will, intellect, and emotion. Because the human soul is physical, it therefore can now be replicated and duplicated. This is how they rewire the memory and thought process of the mind control victim. Whole brain emulation, WBE, mind upload or brain upload, sometimes called mind copying or mind transfer, is the remote neural process of scanning the mental state, including long-term memory and self, of a particular person's brain substrate, will, intellect, and emotion, and copying it to a computer. The computer can then run a simulation model of the brain's information processing, etc., such that it would respond in essentially the same way as the original brain, indistinguishable from the brain for all relevant purposes, and experience having a conscious mind. The human soul is not born compatible with a thirst for power, and no amount of textbook training in the art of gaining it will succeed in getting the knowledge of it to stick. The soul will simply be unable to effectively activate such evil capacities until it has been seduced from its original innocence. Conversely, of course, the soul that hungers for love and truth will reach out intuitively and take it into itself the kind of instruction that will lead to his becoming a power for good. If you ever had to take a course in school that was of absolutely no interest to you, you know how impossible it is to be receptive to anything which you are not fundamentally compatible. The human predator's cognitive research had to be trained. You don't get a free pass from God to go after the eternal soul for another human being either. In the Bible, God eternally damned to hell those who intentionally targeted another person's soul. He would do the same to all those involved. And I believe that too. But anyway, and if you're not a believer and you're like, oh, he's getting off in this heaven or hell tangent and all this, and I don't believe in heaven or hell, well, just know you got information today. The soul physical and metaphysical can be replicated and duplicated. And you know, that's why they run all these deceptions on us, gang stalking. They'll target your legs to get responses. They log these responses into a supercomputer. It's a lot bigger than perps getting gift cards to go stalk you. If that's the case, you know, it blew my mind. Because, you know, I'm at a Denver airport. Everybody's stalking me. You can say it's all in my head if you want. I know it's not. And everybody in the Denver airport didn't get no gift card. And I was thinking, man, I got to research this because, you know, perps getting a gift card to go around and stalk me. No. They create situations based on response. After you get a response, they'll play the next move. Hyper game theory, they stay one move ahead of you. So anyway, and I'm going to try to brainstorm and figure out how to put this more simple to y'all in next videos and stuff. But the main point of my video was the soul is physical and metaphysical. So, you know, that's how they can target the soul. That's why they target the soul, because it's got your mind, will, and intellect in there. It's got who you are in there. They try to rechange who you are, but they cannot. If you fight this, you know, they can't do it. Sure, they can do it with the reactions. They can. You know, they can target one part of your body and get a reaction. Once they see that works and they get a certain response, then they get a different response. Say they get fear off doing one thing, and then they get anger off doing one thing. So if they want to make me fearful, they'll do this to me, similar scenario to this. If they want to make me angry, they'll do a similar scenario to this, if not the same thing, to keep me in emotional responses, which get logged into the computer, which runs the whole program in behind the scenes. You know, synthetic telepathy don't go straight to your ear. It goes straight to your brain. So, you know, they can act, a lot of these perps, or whatever you want to call them, community-based agents are communicated with via synthetic telepathy, which means they don't even realize somebody's communicating with them because it's synthetic telepathy going, and it's bypassing the ear, so they're not physically hearing it, but it's getting injected into their brain, and suggestions are getting done. That's how they work. Now, am I saying all perps are not are hooked up to that? No, it's not. It don't work like that. But a lot of stuff goes on via synthetic telepathy and mind control. So, you know, if you're wondering how a whole crowd of people in a store can just automatically hone in on you when you walk in the store, you're not crazy. It happens. But they're not all paid gift cards to walk around the store and stalk you. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a few are, but no, not all of them. It's all done by remote neural networks. Anyway, God bless y'all. Y'all have a great day. The best you can have getting tortured. And I hope y'all understood this. And I'm going to try to get the transcript, my bad, and copy it and put it in the description from now on. That way you can read. Once you get done hearing the video, if you have any questions, you could read over it and kind of switch it around in your brain again. Anyway, God bless y'all.